Hey, welcome to Georgia Peach Prepping. My name's Wendy. I wanted to get on and tell y'all about some things that I've discovered in the news. Only I'm going to start doing maybe late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning news articles from the last couple of days. But first, I want to give couple of quick shout outs to Off the Wall Prepper and Hutch's Homestead, who I've both went on lives with. They both gave this channel shout outs, and I thank you both very much. My daughter Autumn and her husband Nick, who are both on TikTok and have both gave the channel a shout out over on TikTok. Thank you guys very much. And this is for Mac Loves Life, who is a subscriber to this channel. I appreciate you very much, as well as my other 14 subscribers. You guys are the best. Mac had commented after I had went live with Off the Wall Prepper that she would like for me to read the news articles instead of just posting them. Okay, so here we go. I have my notes on my iPad. So, over in Iran, their supreme leader, whose name I cannot pronounce, so I won't even try, urges the reversal of Arab-Israeli normalizations. And I quote, he says, "Some governments made big errors and sinned in normalizing relations with Israel. Last year, Arab nations that normalized ties with the Israelis have sinned and should reverse such moves." Ali Khamenei said on Sunday, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco agreed to normalize ties in 2020 under T-Man. We all know who T-Man is. Arab-Israeli reapproachment. The Supreme Leader said that some governments have unfortunately made big errors and have sinned in normalization with the usurping and oppressive Zionist regime. He stated that it is against Islamic unity that they must return from this path and make up for this big mistake. Iran has, in the 4 decades since 1979, very good year, I was born that year, Islamic revolution positioned itself as a strong defender of the Palestinian cause. Until last year, Egypt and Jordan were the only two countries to normalize with Israel. If the unity of Muslims is achieved, the Palestinian question will definitely be resolved in the best fashion, he said. In May, the Supreme Leader characterized Israel as a terrorist base and not a country. Shortly after the speech, Iran's top security official pledged to inflict many billions of dollars worth of damage in a shocking response of Israel's strikes to Iran's nuclear program. The tweet by the Secretary of Iran's SNSC came in response to Israel's report that $1.5 billion had been approved for a potential strike on the program. Iran has repeatedly accused Israel of being behind acts of sabotage targeting the facilities. We all know that Israel is God's chosen land. I know a lot of people don't really care for religion. I am a religious person. I may not go to church every Sunday and Wednesday, but in my heart of hearts, I do believe in God. But I also choose not to shove religion down people's throats. To me, religion is a thing that, yes, we wear on our shoulders, but it's also a thing that's meant to be in our hearts. With that being said, at least 11 volcanoes were erupting on Monday. So, or they are showing signs to erupt. Saying that's not good would be a huge understatement. And here's why. Remember back in science class when you learned about volcanoes? We learned that volcanoes can affect the climate. During major explosive eruptions, huge amounts of volcanic gas, aerosol droplets, and ash are injected into the stratosphere. Injected ash falls rapidly from the stratosphere. Most of it is removed within several days to weeks and has little impact upon the climate. But volcanic gases such as sulfur dioxide can cause global cooling, while volcanic carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, has the potential to promote global warming. The most significant climate impacts from volcanic injections into the stratosphere come from the conversion of sulfur dioxide to sulfuric acid, which condenses rapidly in the stratosphere to form fine sulfate aerosols. The aerosols increase the reflection of radiation from the sun back into space, cooling the Earth's lower atmosphere. On June 15, 1991, Mount Pinatubo was one of the largest eruptions of the 20th century. It injected a 20 million ton sulfur dioxide cloud into the stratosphere. It caused what is believed to be the largest aerosol disturbance of the 20th century. Though it was likely smaller than the eruptions of Krakatoa, and I know I didn't pronounce that right, so please forgive me, in 1883 and Tambora in 1815. Consequently, it was a standout due to the climate impacts and cooled the Earth's surface for 3 years by as much as 1.3 degrees Fahrenheit. If we have that many volcanoes erupting around the world, what does that mean for this winter? We all know the man in charge of this country, without naming names, has stated that we're in for a dark winter. There was, years ago, a military, I can't think of the word for it right now, but they done an exercise called Dark Winter. It was for smallpox in the event, that we were struck with it. But, however, I feel, as well as many others that I have seen stated on Facebook, that the man in charge meant something different. So the earth cools down, we're going to need heat. Whether you have electric heaters, what if power goes out? Power goes off, no heat. You also have gas heaters. Look at our propane heaters. Look at the price of propane. You know, we all each have our own way of heating. We have to think about that. But what if the grid goes down? The grid goes down, pretty much everybody's in a SHTF. My opinion, we're already in that SHTF. Look at your grocery stores. I went today. I live in a very small town in southeast Georgia. We have one Walmart, one grocery store, 10 convenience stores, and $2 Generals and one Dollar Tree. Our shelves at Walmart, they fluctuate. Some days they look good. Other days, you see mostly bare shelves. We do have turkeys. The price of bacon is through the roof. That's at the grocery store as well as Walmart. Meat has skyrocketed. Our gas today was at $3.35 a gallon. There's a meme going around on Facebook. I'd rather have a mean tweet and $1.63 gas. I agree. I truly agree. But what are we facing not only as a country, but our whole planet? We all talk about what goes on here in the United States, but we're not the only one facing this. And this with Israel, it's not just Iran. There's lots of countries against Israel, which isn't good. Just look at Ezekiel 38 and 39, and it's getting closer and closer. Well, I'm going to sign off. It's going on, it's 1:11 here in the morning. But tomorrow I will be posting a video of my preps that I've gotten in the last few days. So stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe. It'll help the channel. Once I get enough subscribers that I can, I will start going live. Maybe once, twice a week. And I will keep bringing y'all the news. Have a good night. Stay prepped up and stay blessed.